my name is Abigail Newland. I'm a prevention specialist with Preferred Family Healthcare. This is just a quick overview of the Missouri Student Survey results from the 2020 survey. And these questions just pertain to prescription drug use in Service Area 13. That service area covers the 9 counties listed below. If we just start looking at why it's a problem in general, we look at the first stage of use. 11.21 as the first stage of use is very low, considering that brains are still developing until kids are 25, and so addiction can be very easy at a young age. So we want to watch kids using prescription medication not prescribed to them this young. It can be very dangerous. When we look at perception of harm, it's 12.6%. That's 1.5% lower than the state average. If we look at youth reporting that they have ever used in their lifetime, it's 9.8%. Also including 1.9% have 4 or more friends that use. So it's not just them, their friends are using. That could be the reason why kids are using that. It's not prescribed to them, or getting it from other people at school if they have a headache, something like that. If the nurse won't give them medication. 6.2% said they have used prescription drugs in the past 30 days, which can tell us the frequency. And so when people say lifetime use, that can mean a whole different thing. That's actually down 0.9% from 2018, so that's great. The perception that prescription drugs are easy to get is rising 2.5% from 2018, and it's actually 3.8% higher than the state average. In this specific area, remember, those 9 counties. So that's a really big deal that it's easy to get. And so whether that's from the school bus family, the home medicine cabinet, pharmacies itself, whatever that is, we really need to put some prevention efforts in place to help kind of combat that. So we look at parent approval. 4.1% of parents approve of youth using medication that's not prescribed to them. So it's kind of getting normal. 11.6% of peers approve of the same behavior. And that's 6.1% higher than the state average. That's way high. We definitely need to work on that. So educating peers, educating parents, the dangers of medication losing its potency over time, addiction at a young age, all of these things can help combat that. Parent approval in general, 95.8% of youth say it would be wrong to use, which is great that most parents, the majority, right, don't think it's okay to share medication, or if a doctor didn't write it for you, don't take it. That does leave a small gap that's saying that it is okay to use. 12.6% of youth think it is cool or very cool to misuse prescription medication, and so that's very scary when we think about youth mixing maybe that and alcohol and other things, or taking multiple different prescription medications at the same time. It can be very dangerous if people think it's cool. And then what comes with cool is social media challenges and dares and things like that. You have to try this to fit in. Medications can be a scary thing. So want to pay attention to that for sure. So how can we help kind of improve some of these numbers and help this service area is by implementing effective prevention programming. And by that, this is kind of what I mean. These are some examples. So take-back programs, drug monitoring programs, educational programs, whether they're in the school or the community, limiting retail and social access. There's already limitations on the pharmacies and how many prescription medication refills can be made, or how many pills people are dispensed at one time. Some pharmacies you have to physically go in. You cannot do it. You can't pick up for other people. Things like that are really great to combat the opioid crisis that's going on right now. Usually take-back days are in October. There are drop boxes at sheriff's office normally in each county throughout the year. So we talk about monitoring programs that you can take your old medication, old syringes, all of that stuff, get it out of the house. Don't just throw that stuff in a trash can, because kids can reach in the trash can. Kids can just get expired medication in a cabinet. But if we take it to a locked box, if we take it to a drop box, they can't get it. Some other prevention programs that we can do can just be simple social media campaigns. Usually there's already marketing campaigns happening, so especially with the opioid crisis. So many times you can just piggyback or share things that are already created. You don't have to recreate the wheel. But educating your family and friends, knowing that you don't approve of that, also sends a message to the youth you have on social media or other parents you have on social media also. Prescriber education on PDMP, which stands for Prescription Drug Monitoring Program. A lot of practitioners now actually do extra PDMP, and they do extra webinars to educate themselves on the rising crisis and problems. But there are free resources out there for parents to do the same, and community members, so everybody can be on the same page, which is really how effective change happens. Like I said, this is just a quick overview. If you have more questions, please feel free to reach out at moprevention@pfh.org. But for now, thanks.